for constituency 28, Warwick West, this neighborhood, my neighborhood. I've lived in this neighborhood for over 30 years. My wife grew up in this neighborhood. The time is right now for a change. Bermuda has matured politically. We now have the opportunity to have your voice heard by multiple different parties. Most candidates are going to have, most constituencies are going to have up to 4 people that they'll be able to make a choice from. I've seen a change in Bermuda. I voted for the UBP. I voted for the OBA. For the past 2 elections, I voted for the PLP, believing in their promises, believing in their platforms. I haven't seen much of a change in the past 10 years. Now is the time to make Bermuda better. I feel that I have the experience, the knowledge, and the go-to to get this done. I feel that Bermuda is ready for a change. We have this grand opportunity. I've lived in this neighborhood, like I said, pretty well all my life. I run a business here. I've spoken to the people of Warwick. I see the people in Warwick. I talk to the people of Warwick. I hear them. I go to the gas station. I see new faces at the food lines every week. I see the lines getting longer. I see the lines starting earlier. We need to make a difference. We need to make a change. We need to give our youth more power. We need to allow them to vote when they're not on the island. We need to allow them to express themselves. This is a country they are coming back to after going overseas to better their education. I feel now is the time that Bermudians can stand up, take account for what they want. What I'd like to see is a lot of our youth programs being reorganized. I'd like to see our preschool, our younger children, have mentoring from older students. I would like to see our tourism authority become the tourism authority it should have been, non-politicized. We need to take the politics out of a lot of these government quangos. Our gaming commission needs to be reevaluated. Maybe we could put some of the gaming commission people into the Department of Tourism or Tourism Authority, because it seems to be a gamble on some of these initiatives that they're doing. I would also like to see the future Bermuda leaders stand up. We have a huge amount of people that are running for government this time around. Let's take that opportunity. Let's go out. Let's make a change. Let's make Bermuda better. I will be holding a town hall meeting next Wednesday night for my constituencies, Warwick West, constituency 28. Next Wednesday night, St. Anthony's Church from 6 to 8. I would love to see all of my constituents that I do not get a chance to visit personally come out. If you need me, I live in the area. I work in the area. I'm around every day, all day. I would love to hear from you. Thank you.
We have, like Trevor we have so many challenges. What solutions? What might be your number one challenge? And what solutions?
My number one challenge, my number one thing that I would do if I was elected is to ensure that our youth get the right to vote in the country that they grow up in. These are students that are sacrificing they're sacrificing financially to go overseas. They want to come back to Bermuda that's going to work for them. They don't have a choice in what they say in their government right now. There are countries you can't even vote in. We, in 2025, we have people that are not allowed to vote because our government is spending more time trying to pass legislation, knowing that it will not succeed. I think we all know which legislation that is, that they tried to pass and the governor denied the right of it. Why are we not spending time getting our youth more involved? This is where it starts. It starts in the preschool, elementary school, primary school, middle school. Let's put our older students, let's help them mentor, make schools a safe place, make our playgrounds a safe place. Let's make Bermuda safe. Let's make Bermuda better.
What's your thoughts on the economy?
The economy, it's very difficult. I run a small business. I've seen the change. I've seen people come in where they would put a large amount of money on a prepaid phone. I see now they're putting $5. It lasts them 2 days. Make this make sense. It's hitting the smaller people. It's hitting the middle class. Is never going to be able to rise to the upper class. Not at the moment.
Bernardo with PBC. Mr. Kennedy, what specific issues, rank high among voters' concerns in this constituency?
Right now, the economy. A lot of people believe the economy is doing well, but if you look at the people on the streets, like I said, look at the food banks. We have more and more people relying on handouts. That's not how it should be in 2025 in a thriving country like Bermuda. We need to put our people back to work. We need to reinvent our tourism. Tourism will bring in money. Our government right now is spending money that they don't have. Corporate income tax. They're promising all these solutions. They came out of nowhere all of a sudden. Make that one make sense. We need to put our country back in order.
Now, earlier you said said you were quite well acquainted with the parish. Have you begun canvassing?
Yes, I have. I put a lot of thought into this. I started this journey probably about 2 or 3 months ago. There is a wave right now amongst independent candidates. There are more and more independent candidates being announced on a regular basis. This is making the government and the opposition, I believe, a little bit more concerned about competition. Competition is great. You, as a Bermudian, have a choice now. You've got most constituencies will have up to 4 people to choose from. That's incredible. That shows that our country has matured. It shows that our country wants a change. It shows that there are people that are now willing to stand up and hold our government accountable.
Now, as a business owner yourself, are there, issues relating to small businesses that you plan to prioritize in any policy creations or throughout your campaign?
There's been a lot of challenges for small businesses. I believe that the Bermuda Economic Development Corporation is good. Unfortunately, they only look after a small percentage of businesses. If you're located in Hamilton for your small business loans, you have to be located in certain areas. There's a big country here. There are businesses all over the island. We're not just Hamilton. But yes, there are challenges, but each of these challenges can be overcome, and they are being overcome. As a business owner, I've had my struggles, but I believe in the people of Bermuda.
And lastly, do you have any political mentors who are guiding or backing your campaign?
I'm running as an independent candidate. Okay. Like I said in my speech, I voted for the UBP. I grew up in a UBP household. I'm not going to deny that. Some people may have grown up in a PLP household. I gave the UBP a chance. I gave the OBA a chance. I've given the PLP 2 elections. And both of those elections, they've failed. I'm independent. I will take guidance from anybody. I will listen to everybody. I grew up in this neighborhood. I live in this neighborhood. I work in this neighborhood. These are my people. These are our people.
My last question. What might be your greatest disappointment that you see in the economy or in Bermuda right now? And how can you, your voice, bring change?
Greatest disappointment? I drive past Southampton Princess all the time. That's a disappointment. I've heard this going on for years. Our tourism is bad right now. The minute politics got into the tourism authority, it tanked. The tourism authority was an awesome idea. It just needs to stay independent. You cannot get to Bermuda right now in the winter. There's hardly any flights. 2 days to get to Atlanta, 2 days to get to Miami. Some days you have 2 or 3 flights and this big airport. I'm not understanding where our tourism authority is in this. We need to give Bermuda Air a little bit more credence. We need to support them a little bit more. I honestly believe that we can make Bermuda a year-round destination. That's me.
This is more so for Sir Charles.
Oh, morning.
How you
Sec-
doing, sir?
Welcome.
Sure.
Oh,
Thanks.
this is
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Morning, Sir John. So it's quite obvious that you've created a wave of independence, and while you have said several times that you are not going to start a party, if by election time there are several independent candidates within the parliament, would you ever consider actually starting a party with those groups, with those people?
The party. The question is, would I consider starting a party since there's so many candidates out there,
Yeah.
and everyone, without a doubt, has been invited and participate in our democracy, and there are people who feel as though the party system, which has served Bermuda, sometimes good and sometimes not so good, is run its course, and therefore, independent. My hope is that one day that every member of parliament will be an independent member, and the public will pick. You might have 3 or 4 people running the district. The public will pick the best person and give the public the choice of what independent member might serve. That, to me, is moving closer to democracy than to have a party system that polarizes, that gives favor to the people who are in that polarized circle, and deprives the people who need it the most of the public out there. The public has been deprived. So I feel as though the time has come now that maybe this is the beginning of a new era for Bermuda, where party politics is taken off the table, and independent members will go to the House of Assembly, selected by the people, serve their constituents because they are the ones that would have selected them, and that the whole constitutional requirement of being in Parliament and fulfilling the constitutional requirements will be met. That to me is a condition that would really put Bermuda way ahead on the map itself, and we wouldn't have the partisan, polarizing, and also favoring process that takes place now.
Thank you, Sir John.
So, John, yesterday the parliamentary registration of might we know how many voters
Okay.
that might we know how many voters that are registered to vote for this
Well,
election?
it's-
And I know that's a tough
you asked
question.
a question that it has no real answer to it. We have a registry that's been in existence for a number of years. It hasn't really been brought up to date. There are people on it, and you go canvassing, and you knock on the door, and you get the name. But when the people come to the door, oh no, that's my landlord. My landlord's moved somewhere else. My landlord's moved away from Bermuda. My landlord is living in St. David's. The I would have thought that the process of bringing our registry up to date is a process that the government system should have the responsibility to the people to best serve the people by having up-to-date registry. And we don't have an up-to-date registry.
In the voting process. I think it's time that we have a new voting system.
Well, I think that we all agree that the system we have now is archaic. It deprives the public of an opportunity, whether you're living in Bermuda or you're living somewhere else. They are Bermudians. And since we say only Bermudians can vote, we should provide the conditions that Bermudians can vote. And we don't have those conditions now. It has worked well for all political parties, but it's now outserved its usefulness. We've got to open our system up. This is the 21st century. This is where you have AI. We're talking about AI. We're talking about having a broader reach, and yet we become myopic in our thinking and our action, and that can only damage the long-term interests of keeping people involved with the political process. Gavin, I must tell you, well
Yes,
delivered,
thank you.
well
Appreciate it,
done,
man. Thank you.
and I hope that
Thank
you'll
you for support.
continue to give Bermuda the service that we need. Your views are very open, broad, and also contributing to the new dynamic Bermuda.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
Sorry about the rain, guys.
Gavin Kennedy, independent candidate for Northwest.
Work West, yes, sir.
Northwest
Constituency 28. C28.
Just announced. Thank you for joining us. Lorraine right now.
Okay.
Liquid sunshine.
Thank you for the liquid sunshine.